The night had finally gone quiet, and I thought everything was finished. The house felt heavy with silence, the kind of silence that makes you believe the day is truly over. My husband was asleep, and I stepped out for a glass of water, expecting nothing but routine. That's when I noticed him. My stepson stood near the back door, his posture stiff, his eyes carrying something he was desperate to say but holding back. At first, I thought it would be something ordinary, maybe stress from school or a simple request for advice. But there was a tension in the way he looked at me, something that made my chest tighten. He wasn't just restless. He was waiting, watching, as if the words inside him were too heavy to carry another second. I felt uneasy, though I tried to dismiss it, convincing myself he was just unsettled. Yet, when he finally spoke, the tone in his voice told me the night wasn't done. I had believed the world had already shut down into rest, but I was wrong. The truth was, what mattered most hadn't even begun, and I had no idea those words would change everything I thought was safe. Didn't hesitate the second time I asked what was wrong. His voice was low but steady, carrying words I never expected to hear. He told me I didn't belong with his father, that he had watched me long enough to know I wasn't happy. My breath caught instantly, my mind searching for something logical to hold on to, but the weight of his tone left no room for dismissal. He didn't stop there. He said he noticed the way my smile seemed forced, how I avoided conversations, how I went through the motions without real joy. Each word pressed harder, leaving me exposed in a way I hadn't been in years. I wanted to end it, to correct him, but my body stayed frozen. Then he whispered that he could give me what his father couldn't, and those words burned through every boundary I thought I had. My heart pounded, guilt rushed in, but under it was a dangerous recognition. He saw me, he read the emptiness I carried, and in that moment I felt stripped of every defense. It was forbidden, reckless, wrong in every possible way, yet I couldn't ignore the sharp sting of truth buried in what he confessed. I should have walked away, established boundaries, and shut down the conversation, yet I froze as he closed the distance between us. His approach wasn't aggressive, it was raw and fragile, like someone exposing a wound hoping it would be noticed. He took my hand gently, as if testing whether I would pull away, and in that small contact a history of loneliness I hadn't admitted to myself surged up. My husband and I had become polite roommates, intimacy had thinned into habit, conversations into logistics. Here was a tension that felt immediate and undeserved, flattering in a way that made guilt taste like secret pleasure. Every rational warning was drowned by warmth of being truly seen. I told myself this was wrong, dangerous, impossible, yet the pull was magnetic, a gravity I hadn't prepared to resist. We exchanged no promises, no declarations, only a reckless closeness born of shared silence and mutual need. When lips met for a moment that should never have happened, my world split along an invisible seam. Shame came fast, but so did a confusing relief at being noticed beyond my assigned role. I knew crossing that line would change everything. I let the moment claim me. When the night ended, reality struck with a force I couldn't escape. The silence around me felt different, heavy with the weight of what I had allowed. My hands trembled, not from desire anymore but from the crushing awareness that I had crossed a line I could never uncross. His words still echoed, promises of something forbidden, and now they were bound to me by more than suggestion. I wanted to convince myself it was a mistake, a moment of weakness that could be buried, but deep down I knew nothing would ever return to how it was. The walls seemed to breathe with the secret, every ordinary sound louder than before, as though the house itself knew. By morning, life would demand normality, breakfast served, polite nods, the same tired exchanges with my husband. But beneath that fragile routine lay betrayal, a fracture no one else could yet see. I told myself it could end here, that no one needed to find out, but the truth was already written in the guilt pressing against my chest. The night hadn't just gone wrong, it had stripped me of certainty, loyalty, and the safety I once believed my life still held.